Welcome back to Storytime. Hello, termites. It's night 35. Look how good the tulips are going. $12.99 a fun. Where? Kroger. Maybe Lowe's. I haven't been there in a while. I don't know. I think I saw them there last year. And tonight we're going to a little hometown bourbon whiskey from where? The Ozark Distillery. Where? Osage Beach, Missouri. Which is where? What? A lot of my family has places. That's where the farm I talk about my act and the lake of the Ozarks. I went in this place and I took my nieces and nephew because I thought they should learn how moonshine is made at a very young age at this place. It's right by Tantera, if you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's on the right side of the road. They have really good moonshine in there, which is what lured me in. But they also had this. So, if you're down at the lake and it's raining, you're looking for something to do, check out this place. I don't think there's an actual address. It just says Osage Beach, Missouri. But you can just Google Ozark Distillery. All right. Let's get back to what we were doing. Where we left off, Tanya, at age probably 12 or 13, is being sent on a meet and greet of radio stations for the summer, and Dolores, the fancy Hollywood person, has told her her parents do not need to come along. That's not going to sit well with Daddy, I tell you that right now. And he did acquiesce, though. I forgot why, but he did. He's not going. And Dolores went over to their trailer to tell them that news, that they're not coming on the radio meet and greet tour. And, I forgot to show you my shirt. This is what? It's the Charleston Music Hall. It's another free shirt. Most of my clothes have donated. This is a great venue and probably one of my favorite cities in all of America. It's just like a movie set. It's just a wonderful, wonderful city. Great food. And I'm not even a foodie per se. Lou is. Lou loves it too. Okay, let's get back to the story here. She's talking about David and this other guy that's going to go, and he has a stage mother, and she doesn't think she has stage parents. I don't know if David ever did anything in show business, but if he did, it was probably in spite of his mother. Risk a part of anyone's life, and a parent who won't allow a child to take a few will repress needed development and experience. She is 12 at this point. Now that I have children, I understand David's mother a little better. You do try to keep children away from anything that could hurt them, but I truly believe that by shielding them to an unnatural extent, you do untold damage. If you're going to be an entertainer, that's even more important because you've got to develop a very thick skin to keep going through rough times. And you can count on the rough times popping up frequently. For instance, I'm not working this summer. That is a rough time. Not really. It's fine. I mean, I was excited to go, but what are you going to do? Dolores convinced my parents to stay behind. And as soon as they were temporarily out of the immediate picture, Dolores began talking about reshaping my image. That's weird at 13, 12, 13. As if a 13, so she's 13. As if a 13-year-old has an image. Exactly, Tanya. I'm with you. Suddenly I was being asked to tie my shirts up under my breast I didn't even have, pull my jeans down to show my navel, and flirt a bit with the DJs. Country music's Lolita. I got lost there, sorry. I'm not getting a little sleepy. Dolores' Hollywood and Las Vegas mindset even caused a problem between her and Billy Sherrill. From the very beginning, Dolores wanted me to put on a flashy stage show, and to that end, she hired a choreographer. I was doing straight-ahead country performance, not a Las Vegas review. But Dolores wanted me to strut more, swing my hips more, move around the stage more. I just wanted to sing, and I told her so. The strutting and hip swinging would come soon enough, and when it came, it would be entirely my own doing. I didn't need anyone pushing me at the age of 13 when I was a time boy more than a young woman. That's right. Dolores put me on report to Billy. Ruh-roh. Billy is an intensively artistic man and not inclined to sit in meetings involving anything that smacked of marketing issues, radio promoter strategies, or managers' problems. I agree with Billy. I ain't sitting for none of that crap either. Billy hated getting involved in anything except making records. When Dolores busted into his office and told him I was spoiled and uncooperative little kid who wouldn't work with her or the dance instructors that she'd gone to great expense to hire, he told her to leave me alone. Well, good for you, Billy. You tell her, you know what, maybe you should have asked before you hired the people. Hey, you're 13. Do you want to dance like you're 45? Probably not, would have been the answer. He said I was a little kid, and more important, I was a singer, not a dancer. Furthermore, Billy said, Tammy Wynette didn't tap dance around the stage while singing Stand By Your Man, and she'd done it just fine. I'm so on board with Billy. Dolores didn't like it, but Billy Sherrill had spoken. Even if he hadn't taken my side, to choreograph a show, you have to know what you will be singing, and since I was using house bands who played what they wanted, it would have been almost impossible to plan any elaborate dance routines. Moving on. We're on chapter 14. I'd like to congratulate all of us for making it this far. We're going to get to the picture part, and then I'm going to have to do some close-ups. And then, don't worry, I didn't lose any of the book, just the back page. This is the back page. It's an old book. It's falling apart. I may have to get my Justin Bieber duct tape out. Yes, I have it. Why? They sell it at Target. People often ask me what it was like to be a child star. And I have to say, I don't know. I never felt like a star. I guess the best way to put it is I felt like I was part of a family business, and my role was to get up and sing. We didn't make much money. It's a family business at 13. Oh, my God. That's a lot of pressure. I don't even know what I was doing at 13. I did try to get a job at 13, and they told me no. I really wanted money. I think that the first time I really understood that I even had a hit record when I was invited to sing on the Grand Ole Opry during the summer of 1972. We didn't have a feel for what was going on while Delta Dawn was climbing the charts. If we'd been in Nashville, I think we'd have felt the building excitement that surrounds a hit more than we did in our trailer on Navajo Drive. I was on Ernest Tubbs' portion of the show, and of course my dad loved that. He said it was one of the biggest nights of his life, seeing me standing there where all the stars stood. I love the fact that I'd made it back to the Opry, the place where I'd once sat in the audience feeling I'd failed my parents so badly. Remember that night? That was a sad night. She was probably 11 then. Shoo, buddy. For the record, the Grand Ole Opry was not a glamorous place back in 1972. I love and respect the Reimann Theater, where I will be working in when? November. So excited. I've seen shows there, but I've never performed there. And it's very difficult because them country singers gobble up all the good nights. You have to wait till one of them has some sort of incident and drops out, and then they'll take a comedian. But I waited, and I was patient. And I didn't kick down no doors. I didn't go yelling at people. I just said, I'm right here. When you're going to let a comedian get in on, and I got in on a Thursday. That's a pretty hot night. It ain't a Friday or Saturday, but I get it. It's the home of country music. They should come first. Vince Gill and Amy Grant do take the whole month of December, but they're kind of the god and goddess, and it's not really a comedian's stomping ground, so I'm just happy to have a Thursday in November. I don't remember the date, but check my website. All right, one more paragraph, then we'll wrap it up for tonight. I love and respect the Reimann Theater, but back then it was hot in the summer and cold in the winter. The dressing rooms were about the size of an outhouse, and they all are. And the stage slanted down, so you felt like you might slide right down onto the people in the front row at any minute. Well, I certainly hope they fix that by November, because that could give me the feeling I was performing on a cruise ship, which will never happen again in my life. The glamour was provided by the stars, and no star stands out more in my mind than the first appearance of Connie Smith. Connie is one of my favorite vocalists, and I used to tell people I stole a lick from her every chance I got. She wore a light pink chiffon dress, tied at the waist, with can-cans. Oh, I've never seen that in print. Can-cans. With can-cans holding out the full skirt. Her hair was up, and she looked like and sang like an angel. Even now, I think of the opera, I can picture Connie standing there waiting to go on. As for me, I was wearing a little yellow flower dress with white go-go boots, my own boots this time. I think that's a fine place to stop. These are my Bigfoot pajamas. I don't know if any of you have noticed. It says, I believe, and then there's just Bigfoots all over them. Makes me happy. All right, well, I watched another episode of Mrs. America on Hulu. It's on Wednesdays, so I watched that. Excellent. Everybody involved is excellent. And that's really all I have. So what do we say, everybody, in the spirit of Ron White? Night-night, termites. Night-night.